Hello everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 219. Today I want to talk about the news and how we can get obsessed by the news. We can become addicted to the news. And I find that that can be a very negative impact. You can look up and find some of the negative impacts that overly watching and becoming addicted to the news can have on you. So today I want to explain to you some of the things that I do to try and control those impulses of watching these things. Um, let's see, I have a couple items here that I can show you. This explains, it's time for you to quit your addiction to the news. That's breaking news. One of the things that drives me crazy are these talking heads. Maybe there's something going on in the war, a court case, and all these people say this might happen and that might happen and this can happen. Well, it hasn't happened yet. So I want to just stick to the facts. Just say, oh, this is what's happened. This is what's going on. That's what's going to happen. Now, there are times when you want to know. So then try and find a good source of it. So because enough of this talking heads is way too much for me. So I try and avoid that. And this is some of the things that I do. I try and listen to the headlines only. I might listen to a 5 minute broadcast and listen. I don't watch television. I may see something on my screen, but very seldom on my computer screen, maybe on my smartphone. But even then, if I do listen, I try and keep it to a certain time of the day. For example, when I exercise, I do listen to maybe a 30-minute listen, not watch, listen to a 30-minute broadcast. Some source, there are some uh, radio programs from different parts of the world, which gives you the world news. They're not just talking about what's happening in their own little country or their own big country, but they do talk, oh, what's going on in Asia, in Africa, elsewhere in the world. And at least you get a feeling that there's other things going on in the world, not just what's happening in your part of the world. So find maybe a source like that. I listen to one that's about 30 minutes while I'm rowing, and that at least gives me a breakdown. The other thing is I only, do it at a certain time of the day. I try not to do it during the day. There's other things I'd rather be doing. And the other item that I do is diversify your the sources of where you get your information. Because what often happens is you get one side of the story. What's happening on the other side? So if I'm really interested in the topic, I will find, oh, here's a historian or somebody who's got a very good grasp. Listen to what he has to say. Then listen to the opposing side and say what they have to say. That's if I'm interested and I might say, oh, I have time and I'm interested, I'll do that. But that's not the norm. Try and avoid that. So, and occasionally there is happy news. There's one, well, and there's more than one, but there's one that I occasionally listen to. It's called The Happy Pod. It's a podcast with only positive news. It's about 30 minutes once a week, but at least it has a different, it's not giving you all that negative stuff because that's how they make their money. So, and of course, all those talking heads, that's where they make their money. We have an opinion about this, we have an opinion about that, I think this will happen and that will happen. Well, I want to know what's happening. So just give me the facts, not what might happen, this might happen, that might happen. Drives me crazy. So with that, I can assure you, don't let the news suck you in. Go down these rabbit holes and spend hours and it have a negative impact on your brain. Try and think, being an optimist can make a big difference in the world. The world has survived so far, and if we continue and we try and do some positive things, more positive things will happen as well. It's not always easy. There's a lot of negativity, but that's what the news makes their money on, telling us all this negative stuff. Occasionally, there's such a thing as a happy thought. So, with that, I hope you don't get sucked in by the news, that you listen maybe to some of the positive news if you could find it. I found a couple sources of that and wish you, your family, and friends lots of positivity. From Fred and Notes of a Nomad. Till next time. Bye for now.